La-di-da-di-da. Huh? What? What? Hey,
That's
man.
right.
What gives? You're
right.
my pal. You're not supposed to steal from me.
What?
Give that back.
Whoa! I can't believe.
Because this episode is about Palworld.
You rendered me completely speechless.
the Palworld stream. That we've been doing.
We didn't do the
that is
stream
tonight.
part. I was gonna say we should do row, row, row your boat. That's just
And we do the Pokemon Steel type draft. All that and much, much more in this episode on a Bells and Whistles podcast. Run that intro.
We should do one for run that stream or something when you do it.
Yeah, you will get right on that.
You ever think about how, for Halloween, I think for you, me, and Amelia, we ought to dress up like the three little kids in Nightmare Before Christmas. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Who's gonna be the main guy? Who's gonna be Booger, whatever his name is? What's his fucking name? The big Booger.
It's Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yeah.
What's the big guy's name? Big Boogie.
Oh,
Boogie
yeah.
Woogie.
Boogie,
Boogie Oogie.
Oogie Boogie.
Boogie
Yeah.
Oogie, right? Oogie Boogie.
Poochie.
I'm gonna tell. Am I peeking?
No,
peeking?
I think we're both. I think
Okay.
we're both comfortably sitting.
If that's the case, then welcome back to the Bells and Whistles podcast. Ryan
back.
Quigley, Ephraim Bernie.
Welcome back to the Bells.
People, but the Bells and Whistles
I got-
podcast,
I got
unfortunately,
yeah.
understand is fading into the great abyss, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah.
Going the way of the dodo bird, wouldn't you
true.
say? Because we're now streamers.
I know we're something of a streamer.
We're
we
streamer.
found out we could make $18 at a night.
No, I'll have. So you see today.
Yeah, well, how
today-
much we made?
today?
Sorry,
Children.
I'm
What are you
I have to
doing?
display this. I wanted to hear.
I thought this was why'd you lie and said it was taken care of before?
No, I said I was taking care of it.
Well, today we're having a very special celebration, guys. You guys don't realize this, and we seldom talk about the inner workings.
Yeah, the mechanisms
of Bellhop Productions, the LLC. Right? We don't really like to talk about it because we don't like to shit where we eat. We don't like to
Is that why we don't talk? Because I always thought there was just nothing to say.
Can you let me lie to the people for a second? The bottom line is today we're having a glass of wine to celebrate our very first month of breaking even. Ephraim and I have been creating content on and off going on 7 years now. And today is this month of February, these past 28 days are the first days where we don't have to cut a check to Neil and lose money. We've made $52.
It's true, which is now they know that how much we paid Neil.
Yeah, I might have to cut that out.
No, that's okay. I don't think Neil does it for the money. I think he does it for the love of the sport,
For the love of the game.
But
This is
this is very exciting.
This is a very special day.
Have you ever used these wine glasses?
Yeah, big time.
Really?
Yeah, constantly.
Who do you have over here?
All the whores of the neighborhood. They just come in. Yeah. Have it. You can taste them in the first sip. You get a note of that?
What if I spit it out?
No,
this is delicious.
Just last night.
Cheers to you
Yeah,
guys.
cheers to all you guys. Welcome aboard, all the Palworld people. And I hope you're doing okay. No, this is. I had a glass of red just last night as I was having because I had some leftover pasta.
Oh, good. And that's how you do it. It's something that you don't realize about us is that me and Ryan are foodies.
I sort of identify as a foodie. I don't know if you do.
You
identify as someone who really knows a lot about water. And I'm not making that up. It's not a bit.
I have an unbelievable taste in water. I do. I'm telling you, you could put. I have now advanced. I feel that you could put any brand of water in front of me, and I would be able to tell you what brand it's
Would
from.
you guys want to see that on stream?
Yeah, I think that's maybe our next thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Watch me this next week. I'm drinking. No, I'm very. I can do a taste test.
Do you have a favorite
I did a
bottled
blind
water?
taste test one time.
I know you did, and you did it with flying colors.
Yeah,
and
the best tasting bottle of water
Yeah.
is Voss water.
Voss water.
Which is why it's so expensive.
And what is the worst? Is it Aquafina?
It's either Aquafina or Avian.
Avian.
With the babies.
Evian.
Evian.
Evian,
Yes.
yes.
I can't stand. I think that water is.
So
It crosses a lot of lines.
this is the last bit, and then we'll like get into actual stuff.
Yeah.
But so, what's your take on like just like sort of nameless, like brandless bottles of water?
Yeah.
You know, great value, Deer Park.
Yeah.
Whatever. Is that a case by case scenario?
It's a case by case scenario,
Okay.
but I do feel like in general they're mid tier. They're mid tier. I'm telling you.
But sometimes that's what is that not the best bang for your buck?
A lot of
where
the times,
you pay
yeah.
$4 for 27.
No, I
waters.
feel like that if you're going for that, you could do a lot worse than just store brand.
Yeah,
whatever,
that's what
you
I'm
know.
saying.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. As long as it's not, I'm telling you, Avian or Aquafina.
A lot of people hate Aquafina.
I hate Aquafina. I don't like it. One
Neil, clip that and make it look like he's
make
talking
it look
about
like
it.
I hate Aquafina.
No. So yeah, for those who
you're
have
a foodie,
I am a foodie.
and I'm something of a cookie.
You're a drinky. Listen, for those who have stayed awake through that conversation, we're clearly we're making the pivot back to Pokemon today. We're gonna do the Steel type draft. But before we get into that, we're gonna speak briefly about sort of our first, because we did start doing the Palworld stuff. We have to stay true to our roots. I don't know. Palworld, by the way, has lost 30% of their playership.
I know, and
that
I
crazy?
think it's because of our reaction video.
I think it's immediately because we did it. We started talking about it.
It goes into my theory that we're ruining everything we do.
You and I had a conversation just a few minutes ago about how it's comical how every opportunity we're faced with, not only do we not get it,
But we ruin it for the person involved.
we completely destroyed a project. But I played Palworld for damn near 3 hours the other day. And by the way,
Did you have fun?
no, but I'm going to be playing Palworld again tonight as you're watching it. This Wednesday tonight at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to pop on and I'm going to go on stream and play me some Palworld if you're available. It's not Thursday this week. I was going to do Thursday.
Yeah.
But the Knicks are playing.
The Knicks are playing.
And I don't want to do it.
Yeah. No, that sounds good.
So you're going to get it Wednesday. And also we're anticipating this podcast episode not doing very well. So that's why we're doing this.
I know. Double down.
So did you? I know you didn't. You probably didn't watch the whole stream.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
What were your impressions of like the game
I
and
feel
like the
this game
gameplay and
looks
everything?
like ass, man.
It kind of looks like ass, doesn't it? I don't think it look. I think it's
I mean, I was excited when I saw like the cutscenes. I thought that was like, oh, this is kind of cute,
Sure.
you know, and you know they had the little guys had character and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am so not someone like, even when it's done well, like Minecraft, it takes me a long time to get into Minecraft.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the hit the rock until I get a thing so I can go and make a thing to make another thing.
That is my biggest beef with it so far,
Yeah.
is that it takes so fucking long to collect all the shit.
Yeah.
And that is not fun to me. And then what is like that in itself is annoying, but it's extra annoying when you go and you build a thing and you have to sit there for 45 seconds going ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding,
No,
ding.
like
And people are going to say, "Oh, but you could upgrade your work speed time." Yeah, it should just be clicking the button.
Yeah.
Fucking, I feel like Age of Empires knew that was going to be boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand that,
Oh,
the reward of it all.
Should we play a little Age of Empires on here?
Yeah, but I'm talking like 1999.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I love that game.
I loved that game. You ever do the one with the cheat codes where you
Oh
get
my
the
God.
Big Daddy?
Big Daddy, Oh Canada, you
Yes.
get the bear flying
Yes,
in. Yeah, I
yes,
loved that.
But outside of that, so like, can I throw people just like a little bone? Because people
Yeah.
are still going back to our videos and commenting, saying like, hey,
Fuck you guys.
you guys suck. You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It's nothing like Pokemon
Is
at
it
all.
fun?
It's fun enough.
Yeah.
I feel like I had more fun streaming than I did playing the game.
That's what I intuited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I wonder what would happen if I played an actual good game. Oh no! I thought it was a perfectly fun game. it seems closer to Minecraft or Fortnite than it does Pokemon.
Yeah.
What I found is that there's actually, I mean, so far, I played the game for a couple hours. I barely made it outside of the beginning sort of area. Is that there seems to be very little that you can do and control with each individual sort of pal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they can actually do, like, they don't really have moves,
and it's
they?
sort
They
of,
have,
I
like,
mean,
the
they
ability.
do. I mean, like, I just got a harness for my Fox Sparks.
Okay.
Or whatever, and apparently that gives you some control over him or something or other. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm sure it gets more and more. I've seen videos of people riding pals and flying on top of pals.
Yeah, no, that's great.
All that stuff, and I'm
very
eager
cool.
to get there. Hopefully I get there tonight, 7:30 p.m. But it's a little slow at the beginning, as are most fucking games.
Yeah.
And I don't like having to build a house and stuff like that.
I mean, some people love that thing. I can't
think
get
I'm-
into that sort of thing.
I think I might be able to have fun with it as I sort of get the hang of it. The controls are a little clunky.
Yeah.
I feel like, maybe I'm just bad at keyboard controls or whatever, but I feel like, they're just like all the controls are sort of like a frustratingly long distance apart. Where like it's difficult to sort of get into a flow, but I got to learn the muscle memory of it all.
No, it's true. That's true. You got to learn it all.
And it's very difficult to form sort of like any relationship or feel any sort of camaraderie with any sort of pal you have, as you would with like a Pokemon starter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's
It's
probably
all a working relationship.
exactly. Exactly.
No, I think that is interesting. That to kind of flip it on its head like that, and that's fine. And it's not my cup of tea, but why? There's plenty of things that I don't like that people love.
No, I don't. You don't got to tell me.
Yeah,
you don't got to tell me. So if you'd like to see me play Palworld again live, we're gonna be dropping the clips slowly over time. I don't know if I can commit to like chopping them up into like small little bits or whatever on a particular cadence. I know Neil said he wanted to have a crack at cutting some of them.
Is there another game that you would like? We were talking about Ryan would take Palworld and I would take something else.
Yeah, what game you guys want to see?
What would you
Ethan
like to
play?
see?
I sort of think I stand by. There's a chance that we get an overwhelming like, oh, you have to play this game, and that's fun and lovely and beautiful. But I think you should probably just play the most popular game that's out there and see what happens. Eh?
Well, it's gonna be Fortnite
Or something. No, it's something like Hell Ragers or Hell Gamers.
Hell Gamers.
Yeah, it's something of that nature.
I consider myself a Hell Gamer.
Well, if that's the case, how about we do the Steel type draft so you can show off your Hell game? So the way this works, folks, unless you have
I'll show off my Hell game. You should show off your head game.
Amen to that system.
Amen, huh?
So check it out. So what we're going to do, we're going to draft a team of the Steel type. Well, before we get into it, we got to tell the people what's happening.
Yes, it's true.
Because we've done 3 drafts. It's going to be our 4th draft already.
What's happening?
It's just,
you're
do you want to
try and embarrass me?
I just, because, because we've been putting up various sort of polls.
I know. I understand.
Which team do you like better?
I understand.
And
but people know it's yours. That's the thing. I think they've chosen you as their favorite.
Do you not say that and immediately are you not overcome with shame of like making excuses for yourself?
No, you know what? I feel like I'd rather make excuses than make a mess.
Because because I won the flying type draft handedly, 71% to 29%.
I know.
Destroyed. Fighting type draft again handedly, 58 to 42.
No,
58 to 42. That's
not. I mean,
handedly.
what there's like maybe 5 people that voted.
No, this is 64 votes.
Okay,
I'll have you know. And then Poison was a close one. I told you at the end I thought you had Poison.
Yeah.
And then but I am in the lead 51-49. Neck and neck. But close only counts in horseshoes.
It's not too
babes.
late for you to go back and vote on those polls.
Don't do that.
And change things around a little.
No, this
Make
is
things
55.
interesting.
This is 55 votes, and that's the way it's staying at this time. But what we're going to do is we're going to do the Steel type draft at last.
I'm changing my strategy.
You're changing up your strategy.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to try and pander a little more?
I think I will.
You're going to try and pander. I like that. I quite like that. Steel is what I realized on stream, as a matter of fact, is that Steel is my favorite type.
Is your favorite type? No, I realize
Steel is
that.
actually my favorite type.
Which is why it's important to me to win this one.
I think you should and you will win this one because you do have the first overall pick. For those who want the rules, we are drafting a team of 7 Pokemon, really a team of 6. You get 5 standard Pokemon. You're allowed 1 pseudo-legendary, mega, or Ultra Beast or Mythical, okay?
Yes.
And then as a 7th Pokemon, we can draft a 1 legendary. Of course, they all have to be Steel type. How you interpret this draft, how you grade which team you like better or is more competitively viable, that's between you and your god, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to have our own strategies, and we're going to draft 1 by 1 snake style.
Yeah,
we'll pick
exactly.
them back and forth.
A little bit of steal, as in, you know how Biden stole.
Oh, dear. Oh my god.
No, the steel type it is.
The steel type it is. So I'm going to. I have my list open.
You have
I
your
have my
list
big
over there?
board. I am ready and raring whenever you are.
Okay. I have several different pathways that I think this could go,
Yes.
but I'm going to take a gamble.
Gamble.
I'm going to take a gamble, and I'm going to pick the one that I feel like is going to get me the vote.
I think there in my head there is a clear correct answer, and I want to see what you got.
To me, I'm starting off my first pick. It's not the mythical or the legendary.
Wow.
I know. I want to go with Aegislash.
Great pick. I really would argue that you're wrong here.
Maybe.
Aegislash is particularly fantastic. I'll have you know he was going to be my first pick.
Okay.
If you pick the Pokemon that I'm going to pick next.
Okay.
So not a terrible pick, but I do think that you're slightly wrong.
You might be right.
Yeah. Aegislash is badass.
Incredibly
competitively viable.
Yes.
If you go to like any steel, best steel Pokemon, Aegislash is right up there.
Yes.
It just
I also think it's a fan favorite.
It's a fan favorite,
and it's one of my favorite types.
It's a damn good one.
Yes.
You've done quite well with this.
But I am foolhardy.
You are foolhardy because I now you've left me with a choice that I am underprepared.
Good.
That I am underprepared for.
Good. That's where I want you. Right where I want you.
Because there is only one Pokemon in much how there are 3 persons and 1 god, children.
Yeah.
There are two options here that are both the same Pokemon, and you can't go any other way.
Okay.
I am going to go for competitive viability.
Good.
I'm not going to. I'm choosing to ignore the original kiss the ring mentality, and I'm going for sheer stats, sheer power, sheer badass.
See what happens there.
I am going with. I'm getting my mythical-ish type, which is not my mythical, not my it's my pseudo legendary.
Your pseudo legendary.
My pseudo legendary and my mega. I'm going with mega Metagross.
I knew you would.
I
knew you would.
I'm running.
Which is exactly where I wanted you to be.
I don't blame you at all. But I am sprinting to the fucking podium with that pick.
I know.
Sprinting.
I understand.
Sprinting.
I understand that's where you're
Would
going.
you have gone regular Metagross?
I had regular Metagross in my roster here because in my head, I had a Pokemon that was in my head the correct choice for Mega, Mythical, or Pseudo.
Okay, I think I know where you're going, but you no longer need to pick that.
I no longer need to pick
I
that.
think in my head I disagree. I think this is the fan favorite. I think this is the
You're probably right.
favorite.
You're probably
I think
right.
this is the way to go.
You're probably right.
Yes.
But I have my Aegislash to take care of your Mega Metagross.
You always go with this, and I don't think anybody gives a shit about it.
Well, and you've been proven right time and time again.
I don't think anybody gives a fuck about our teams facing off. It's about having a...
Well, people ask to see our teams face off against each other.
People ask to see my feet, dude. I'm not going to answer them.
Nice.
All right.
So...
Which, by the way, Mega Metagross, we don't even need to talk about.
Oh, what a great Pokemon.
Just an unbelievable Pokemon.
I love that it's just 2 of them stacked on top of each other. That's all you ever need.
All you need.
All right.
Need. Yep.
Because I don't have to worry about, my mythical now.
You're allowed to, you have the freedom to kick the can down the road, keep your powder dry.
Have a little fun.
Yeah, exactly. Take a walk on the wild side.
What I'd like to do, Archulodon.
Archulodon. You really are pandering this go-round, huh? Okay. I'm listening. Go for it.
Archulodon currently in the Smogon and competitive scene is up there.
Up there for sure.
Yeah, like it's dominating, and the
Okay.
Rain team is now kind of coming and making a splash,
Yeah.
if you will, which I think is very cool. I'm interested in Archulodon. It's not something that I would ever really pick on my own, but I think it fills a nice little niche on a steel team. There aren't a lot of special attackers
Yes.
that are steel type. I like a steel dragon type.
You also
And
like a stapler, don't you?
I love it. I love a stapler. And even more important, I love a stapler remover.
That's what it is, a staple remover. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
I've been bamboozled.
exactly. So I like that, and I think it will complement my plans for my legendary.
Fascinating.
I know.
Fascinating.
I know. I've got big plans.
I think I know exactly where you're going. But I will let
But
you.
you'll never guess. You'll never guess.
I totally know where you're going. I'm tempted to just choose it right now.
Okay, go ahead.
No. I
Yes.
am going to make because I think there's so many just great Pokemon. I sort of think that it's
You can't go wrong with a steel type.
so hard
draft.
to go wrong. Like I'm looking at a list of like 10 or 12 Pokemon that are all fucking badass.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to make a coverage play kind of immediately.
Okay.
I don't care about going face to face. I'm just saying like overall this is a great Pokemon to have.
Yes.
Coverage wise. Also a particularly badass Pokemon. Also a great starter. I am running to the podium with Empoleon.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you would take Empoleon.
Empoleon? Are you kidding me? The only water steel type out there?
The only water steel type out there. It is true.
Throw an ice type move on it?
No, it
It's
is
like
true.
you're not getting any sort of other coverage with any of these other Pokemon.
No, well, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. I've got big plans for this team.
Okay, I'm listening.
Empoleon is great. Empoleon
Empoleon's
is a great
yeah,
water
yeah, yeah.
steel type.
Is it a little
surprised
bit-
that they don't have another water steel type? That
Really don't.
surprises me.
It knocks people off their game.
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to cover this, and it's only because I feel like it's such a deep field. I feel comfortable going with this reach, and I'm willing to call it a reach. I am. but
I know.
want-
It's to me, Empoleon isn't as much of a fan favorite as many of these other steel types are.
Yes.
And I know why but I know why you picked that. I think it's interesting. I think it's smart.
Yeah.
I think it's very exciting.
Listen, please don't patronize me.
Well, listen. I'm going to have to. Because my next pick.
Yes.
I wonder what my next I have. All right.
Yeah.
I have Aegislash. I have Archulodon. My next pick
I'm listening. I'm
is
listening
going
good.
to be Excadrill.
Excadrill is a fantastic pick. Fantastic pick. Understand, wasn't in my top 6.
I know it's not
He
in
was
your
up
top
there.
6.
He was up there. He was 7.
Yeah, I'm okay. Good.
He
good.
was 7. He was 7.
I'm glad.
Excadrill is a fantastic pick. A
Excadrill
badass Pokemon. Great coverage.
Is one of my favorites.
He absolutely is. I would be lying if I said I ever thought I was able to run a team with Excadrill. But I think he's
did.
fucking badass.
When I played Black and White,
Excadrill's
that was
awesome.
my guy.
Excadrill is awesome. Excadrill is fucking
No, I
badass.
really like him, and I like what he's going to do for my now hyper offense team. You ever hear the words hyper offense? That's what I'm going for.
That's how people have described the Bells and Whistles podcast. Hyper offensive.
Hyper offense. Us and Dave Chappelle.
Okay, so I feel going the way that you're going. I feel. Oh my god.
Are you going to make a crazy move right now?
Okay, so I'm thinking out loud because I'm looking at your team and I'm looking at the next 3 that I'm eyeing. And I'm saying I don't think that you will pick these. And then I know what you're going to do with Legendary.
You really
So-
feel like it.
I really do.
Wow.
I really do.
Okay, good.
I kind of almost want to call bullshit
Okay.
on you making that pick. Although I think it's a good pick, but I am very tempted on sniping you.
Okay. Go ahead. I feel like
I'm not going
I
to
have
snipe.
a lot of confidence that you don't know what I'm doing.
I have a lot of confidence that I do know what you're doing.
Okay.
Oh my god, what to do? I'm
And
going
you know what's
to
funny
go.
is
yes.
that I feel so certain I'm going to get everyone that I want, and I'm still going to lose. But if we ever fought each other with these teams, I feel very confident.
Because, like, I really want this guy. You're not going to pick him. I really want this guy. I don't think you're going to pick him.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to pick this guy. And even if you do, I have a backup. I'm going to pick Ferrothorn. I'm sorry. I'm going and I'm picking Ferrothorn because
You've fallen right into my trap.
I'm picking Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn
is amazing.
Ferrothorn
is great.
Is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. I love Ferrothorn with all my heart. I'm not ashamed to pick him. It's just there are other Pokemon that I figured I would have to pick before him. But I don't have to because it could totally be huge.
I was never gonna pick Ferrothorn.
I understand that. But I don't think you're gonna choose any of these either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that was the most likely one for you to pick that I needed to sort of cover.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't going with Ferrothorn this go around.
Okay, yeah.
I was certain that you were gonna do something like Bronzong or something like that. No.
Bronzong isn't even on my list. Good. He's not even on my
I thought
list.
maybe you'd do something crazy.
No.
That would be the only time where I would be I'd be like
what is this fucking podcast about?
My God.
Ferrothorn's badass. I'm not sorry for picking him. But now I'm looking at this guy. This guy might.
I have a thing that I want to ask you after this is done.
Yeah, please.
Because I think we'll have some time.
Please.
And I was having fun with that. All right. What do I want? What am I going to have fun with?
I'm gonna have fun with.
What am I gonna have?
Please pick Klefki, you fucking loser.
I have Klefki on my list.
Please pick Klefki so you can have your stupid pranks.
You know what? I'm gonna pick Klefki.
Are you gonna pick Klefki?
Klefki is on my list.
Oh no!
Klefki is on my list, and I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you pick Klefki.
No. Because I feel that confident.
Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
I've got 3 really cool ones, I feel. And I've needed a goofy one, and I wasn't going to pick Goldango. So I have
that Goldango is the one that just crept into the list of like, should I pick this fucking thing?
Yeah,
I don't think
you're not gonna.
I don't think I'm going to pick it because it just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. I'm surprised you haven't picked Lucario yet.
Lucario is on my long list. He's not on my short list.
I'm surprised.
I don't really give a fuck about Lucario.
I feel like you love bringing Lucario into the conversation.
Would this be the 7th draft that I've picked Lucario? I don't want to
feel like
do it.
This would be the other time that you've brought him up.
No,
I feel like he's in every other episode.
Can I tell you what I'm going to do though?
Yeah. Well, first let me explain Klefki.
Please do.
Klefki is going to, provide all sorts of fun little coverage.
A little fun and games.
Yes. It's important to me. I'm going to slow your team down. I have a slow team. I have a relatively slow team.
I don't give a shit.
I'm going to slow your team down with my Klefki.
Because my team is wicked fast.
You know what I'm going to do?
No one's outspeeding
You know what I'm
going
to do? Here's a little thing that people going around talking about. Chastity belts. I don't have to worry about that with my Klefki.
Good.
No,
Christ.
my decision with this draft was to just completely be ridiculous.
I don't know. I think that you're having a good team. I think that you're going to look at this team and be like, I don't really like this team.
No, I kind of like it. I'm having fun.
So can I
And that's the other thing. I've got Magnet Rise on my Klefki. Just in case. Just in case you try to hit me with a couple of earthquakes.
Well, speaking of something that is going to be my earthquaker.
What, you're going to throw Steelix on there?
No, fuck that guy.
Oh, wow.
Because who says you need stab? You know what you need? You need a badass fucking Pokemon.
Oh, good.
And so I will go to the podium with my 4th overall pick, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah?
I'm taking him. One of the coolest designs ever fucking created. One of the coolest Pokemon that you can get at a pseudo early stage in a game.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like whatever that like XY chart is.
Yeah.
I think this guy's at the top of the list. That's right, kids. I'm picking Aggron.
Wow.
I'm picking me an Aggron. Wow. I love a fucking Aggron.
Wow.
You kidding me? Badass. Angry. Mean.
Amazing. Oh. That's very cool.
Yeah, I love Aggron.
That's very, very cool.
Thank you.
No, I think Aggron is a great move. If I was 5 years old.
Oh my God. Don't disrespect Aggron. Don't disrespect Aggron as you've just chosen Archulodon.
No, it's true. What do I want? I need another physical attacker.
Yeah, what do I got? I got special, physical. Okay.
Let me see. No, I actually do like Aggron a lot, but I always forget about him.
I never forget.
You never forget about Aggron.
Yeah, I don't forget about 2 things. Aggron and Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. 9/11 can go kick rocks.
No comment.
Yeah. What do I want? This is my fifth normal one, right? Or I can do a mythical, or I can do a legendary. But I'm kind of saving both of those.
You're correct.
Fun.
You have 4 Pokemon right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your last.
This is my last normal one. What do I have?
You need a physical attacker?
Archulodon.
You have Aegislash, Archulodon,
Aegislash.
Excadrill, Klefki. By the way, we're like certainly saying Archulodon incorrectly, right?
What else? What would it be? Archulodon?
Archulodon. Is it Archulodon?
No.
Archulodon. It's an ass name is what it is.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Let me quickly pull up my list.
Pull up your list, eh?
Mm-hmm. We'll just see.
Look at scrolling
down the river. Great minds think alike.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
What do I want? Left a good job in the city. I'm pretty torn here. I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it.
You're looking for a physical attacker?
Yeah.
I know who you should get. Will you get this person? I don't know.
I'm gonna go with King Gambit.
Great pick, actually. Great pick.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I wouldn't. Yeah. Great pick.
I think King Gambit. I like the way King Gambit works a lot.
Yes.
I like that it's like kind of a, wait until the end and it's gonna make some noise kind of little character. And I like that he sits on his hair and he's got a little butt.
I think that's the only thing that people don't like about King Gambit.
No, I like that he sits on
it. I love me a King Gambit, bro.
Yeah,
I love King Gambit. King Gambit's a great fucking pick. I was absolutely wrong. That's the pick that you should have gone. He was on my list, absolutely.
Yeah. What did you think I should have done?
When you said you were looking for a physical attacker, I thought you were going to pick your girl Tankaton.
No.
I thought you were going to
I understand that line of thinking has gotten me nowhere.
No, I think Tankaton would have done very well in this draft.
No, I don't.
I think it would have.
Maybe.
I think it would have, but I saw you had the.
I think in a steel, if we're just thinking competitively too.
Yeah.
If I'm going up against all your steel types, a steel fairy type isn't going to do me nothing.
Who cares?
It's not going to do nothing for me. I also already have a steel fairy type.
That's what I said. I saw the Klefki and I was like, yeah, you're right. King Gambit's the guy you want. That's your fighting type too. Mm-hmm. That's your.
Yeah.
No. All good stuff. I'm
interested in what your last normal one's going to be.
I don't care.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't care. I'm looking at a list of a big 3. Goldango is on there. Were I soulless?
Yeah.
That's what I would pick.
Yeah.
Because on paper, that's going to do the best.
That's going to do a lot for you.
That's going to do a lot for me.
Yes.
I'm not going to do that because it doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't feel right.
I don't like Goldango. I don't think that I'm in the position to pander like that. I don't care about him. I think he's ugly, and and I don't care.
I don't like his old tweets.
I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Tinkaton is on the list for me.
Really?
Tinkaton is on the list for me because I think that would do well. I am more apt to pick Tinkaton than I am Goldango.
Okay.
But I am picking neither.
Okay, good.
Because I have to be true to myself.
Yes, exactly. And pick Lucario.
I'm not picking Lucario.
Okay.
I am picking my favorite Pokemon of all time.
I knew you. Yes!
I am choosing Magnezone.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't give a shit.
There you go.
I feel saddened that he's fallen this far in the draft. Can he do a damn thing to anyone on your team? No.
He could do maybe something.
No, I mean, it's just
Electric's okay.
For pure coverage children and for pure nostalgia and for me to be able to type in Team Ryan.
Yeah.
And press enter.
Magnezone.
And he's on the board.
Yeah.
I'm choosing Magnezone. It's my ride or die, dude.
No, it's good. That's going to be helpful.
Die.
That's going to be helpful, especially with magnet pull.
Yeah.
It's going to change a lot of things.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I really do. I really do. I really do think
Shut the hell up, will you?
Good.
Okay, so we're on to the interesting part in the draft where you can only choose. Well, I mean, I guess you don't have to choose a pseudo-legendary if you don't want to.
No, I
think you will.
That's my plan.
I think you will. So I don't know if are you choosing, you think you're going to choose your legendary or pseudo-legendary first?
I'm going to probably choose... what's the most exciting thing, I think, for you? Well, I think... What do you have in mind for me? You feel like you figured out both of what I'm going to pick?
I think I have a funny feeling, and no, I'm not going to tell you.
Yes, but
I think that you're in a position where, like, if I choose one, you're good no matter what.
Okay.
And that's a good position to be in when you have the second pick.
Yes.
And you don't have that right now. So
Okay.
you're going to, well, I mean, you're probably best choosing your pseudo legendary than your legendary. But no, I'm not going to tell you what I think you're going to do.
Interesting. I'm going to choose my pseudo legendary Mega Evolution Mythical right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Melmetal.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it. I appreciate it. I like it. It's a great pick. It's a great pick. It is not what I think
That
you
I
should have done.
What do you think I should have done?
We can discuss this after.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after.
Okay, good.
I can't help but I don't have a good reason, and I understand that you're going to like clap back at me a little bit. I feel like this pick is just a teensy bit redundant for what you have already.
Maybe.
Just a teensy bit.
Maybe.
Between what you have in Archulodon and King Gambit, and maybe even like a little bit of Excadrill, yeah, you're a little redundant for me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like Melmetal covers everything. It's like the ultimate backup plan for me. I also think it's the coolest mythical that I could have picked. And if I wasn't going to pick Metagross, I wasn't sure what else I wanted to do.
I think you screwed up a little bit.
You think so?
I think just a little bit.
No, I don't know. I think
it,
Melmetal is pretty good.
No, Melmetal is great. Melmetal is great. I just think that if we're going with the juice worth the squeeze, I think everything went downhill when it came to Klefki. I think that's the unequivocal.
No,
why'd you do that?
No, Klefki is exactly what I wanted. I knew a couple of things in this tier list. I was going to pick Klefki.
Okay.
I was going to pick Klefki. Go ahead.
So just really quickly, I misspoke when I told you.
Because I feel like when I pick my legendary, you're gonna be like, you idiot.
I can write down who I think you're going to choose for your legendary. Because I'm not going to choose my legendary now because I am happy regardless of what happens. But I will run to the one that if you choose what we'll talk about in a second.
Okay.
I am going. So I lied. I have another normal pick.
Yeah, you got to pick another one.
I have another normal pick. So what do I have? I have Mega Metagross, Psychic, Empoleon, Water, Ferrothorn, Grass, Aggron, Rock, and basically Ground. Magnezone, Electric. I'm such a fucking bullshit artist. I really, really am.
Let's see.
Because I'm not choosing... Oh, man, should I do it? Because this is disgusting. Wow. People are really gonna hate me.
Yeah.
People are really gonna fucking hate me.
What are you gonna do?
I don't care. I didn't realize that I had this. I didn't realize I had this extra pick. In my head, I miscounted. I miscounted. I have to pick Goldango.
See, this is exactly
I have to pick Goldango. I have to pick Goldango.
Wow.
I just have to.
Wow.
I have to pick Goldango.
No.
I'm a complete hypocrite.
This is crazy.
Complete hypocrite. The other ones on my long list were Tinkaton. I started to look at Revavroom a little bit because I love Revavroom.
Yeah, that's not going to do much for you.
Lucario was on my long list. I didn't want to do that.
Yes.
Because I already have enough, I didn't want to choose Lucario. Or the safer pick, the cleanest pick that didn't really excite me is Corviknight.
I understand that.
I didn't feel like doing it. Goldango
I
was
didn't want to do
left on the board.
Corviknight because I already picked it, and I didn't want to do Skarmory because I wasn't interested.
That's kind of where I'm at with those four.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. And I think Goldango is the right play coverage-wise, and I think it's the right play pandering-wise.
Yeah,
so Goldango is now a member of the squad.
No, a member of the
and
squad.
I think more than anything, it sort of cheapens your first overall pick of Aegislash. It makes it just look a little bit worse.
No, I think if anything,
I think so.
I feel like
but I think it's a great
I personally feel like in the eyes of the American people, Goldango is nothing but a knockoff Aegislash. I really do think that.
I think that's good, but what incredible value! Second to last pick in the draft, getting the first overall pick. What is it? Is Goldango 15? Is Goldango 75% of Aegislash?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I think I would. I think a lot of people love Goldango.
I think a lot of people use Goldango. I don't know if a lot of people love it.
I think a lot of people love Goldango.
Okay, good.
You're not on the Reddit subreddits like I am.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, do you want me to write down who I think?
Write down what you think, because I
think-
have a feeling it's not going to be the right thing.
Okay. I have just typed at the bottom of your thing who I think you're going to select.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. For my legendary pick, I want to pick Heatran. Well done. What'd you put? There you go. Yep. Well done.
I knew it.
Heatran is the pick.
Heatran is the pick.
Yeah.
All that said,
You feel prepared.
sprinting happy as a fucking clam to pick Dialga.
No.
Sprinting.
No.
Sprinting
Wrong
to go.
move.
So look,
What you should have done is pick Zamazenta.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'll have you want to know who the runner-up to Heatran or Dialga was going to be?
Yeah.
Necrozma Duskmane. That's the correct.
What about Iron Crown?
Yeah, or Cobalion.
Yeah.
No, talk about your Heatran. It is the correct legendary
Heatran
pick.
is-
I just
is-
didn't believe that you were going to choose it over Dialga.
No. When
didn't
I
believe
picked
it.
Archulodon, I knew
Right.
that it was.
And that's when
figured it out. Yeah.
notice when you said that, I was like, oh, I
you're
know
like,
where
there
you're
it is. Heatran is, I feel like, one of the coolest, like, kind of, I feel like, undersung legendaries of that generation. There were a lot of generations legends that generation.
I think you might be lying to yourself a little bit if you're calling Heatran like super cool.
I think it's kind of cool.
I feel like you and I have spoken a lot of shit about Heatran in the past.
I
think
feel like
it's a
we've
little bit of a
spoken shit
dumb.
about that whole, like, how many legends there were that generation.
Sure.
But it's, I don't know. I feel like Heatran is on par with something like, in my head, that it's, Giratina, Arceus, and Dialga at the top.
Sure.
I feel like Heatran lives comfortably maybe a little bit behind Palkia, that generation.
That's fine. I mean, like, it's sort of like, are we hanging a banner for fourth coolest legendary of a generation?
Me, I'd hang a banner for just about anything.
Do you know what I mean?
Days.
That's
I just
number
need the
one.
hope.
I think Heatran's, frankly, for me, Heatran's design is kind of ass. I think Heatran's design kind of sucks.
but I like. You have to remember, I like a little frog, and that something like that appeals to me.
To call him a frog, like what is a frog? If that's a frog, that's
He's
not
he's a frog.
that's not a frog.
What do you think he is then?
He's Heatran. He's some kind of fucking weird stubby creature
Oh.
with like he has a little hook tail. He's on all fours. He doesn't jump.
Well,
He's got teeth.
how many frogs actually jump?
He's not a frog. I understand that he's shaped like a frog, but he's not
I think
a frog.
we should do a poll after this one.
Is
saying,
Heatran a
is
frog?
Heatran a frog?
I'm down.
Yes.
I think Heatran's design kind of sucks. That said, you cannot you cannot deny his stats, how strong he is, and you certainly can't deny the value of him being the only Fire Steel type.
Yes.
You cannot deny that.
Yeah.
And for that reason, he is on paper the correct pick.
Mm-hmm.
I will sleep like a fucking like a baby at night.
Having picked Dialga.
Having Dialga fall to me.
What you really should have done is the Origin Dialga form.
I don't like that one.
Nobody likes that one, but it is a little stronger.
I don't care. I'm
Okay,
going with
good.
the OG Dialga.
Yeah.
Because Dialga on paper, like, it's, for me, I think the only, like, legendary that's head and shoulders better than Dialga, like, cool, like, I'm talking just cool
Yeah,
design-wise, is Rayquaza,
Oh.
and then it's Dialga.
Wow.
And that's, like, it. Like, I
Wow.
don't think that there's any other conversation to be had.
Huh.
Do you think that there's any other, like, that's the one?
I like the Hoenn ones better than I like the fourth gen ones. Whatever, Sinnoh. So Groudon, Kyogre, I think are cooler than Dialga and Palkia.
No, I think Dialga might be better than Kyogre and Groudon. Frankly.
Yeah.
This is just me.
No.
Frankly, this is just me.
No, yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I think Dialga is particularly fucking cool. I didn't have a dragon type.
Yeah.
So it fills that niche.
No, it makes
I'm cool
it
with
makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
I'm incredibly happy with Dialga. I feel like I don't even need to
This is good.
This was a good draft. Just really quick honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Tinkaton.
Tinkaton.
Revavroom for me.
Revavroom.
Corviknight. Lucario was on the long list. Scizor.
I know.
Slash
This was
Mega Scizor.
This was a sad day for Scizor.
Mega
But
Scizor.
neither one of us went for him.
It's just what is the bug coverage really doing for you?
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
in this setting.
Yeah.
I thought for a while for your mythical pseudo legendary slot, you were holding out for Mega Mawile.
I know. I considered that.
And that's where I was like, when you with the Klefki pick, I thought you fucked up just a little bit. Because if you kept your powder dry, you could have opened up for something a little bit bigger and better. Dialga, Heatran, Necrozma, Duskmane, or just even Solgaleo if you swing that way. If you swing that way, I don't want to hear the Zamazenta, Zacian. I don't want to hear Magearna. I don't want to hear these things.
I would like to hear Magearna.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, you have the Bastiodon, you have the Cobalion.
Yes.
I was waiting for you. I was waiting to see if you were going to do a very you pick would have been Caparaja.
I wanted there was a big part of me that was sad not to pick Caparaja.
Yeah.
But when I decided that I was going with Melmetal, there was no point.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand. There's a couple sickos in the chat that will say
Fortress.
Well, you joke, but that's like one of the best defensive.
I know people would have gone with Fortress.
Gudra sickos will say Hisuian Gudra.
I know.
Kartana people will say.
I know. I really wanted to do Kartana. I really did, but it wasn't going to fit here.
Registeel is getting no play whatsoever.
No.
Jirachi, people swear
I
by.
also wanted to do Jirachi, but it just wasn't going to do it for me.
No.
You know?
There's no reason to apologize there.
It just wasn't gonna fill the niche.
When I picked Aggron, and I feel that we have to like call out like, okay, I could have picked Mega Aggron, but I don't want that fat fuck.
No,
I prefer regular Aggron. Registeel Legendary got 0 play. There's always Wormadam.
I know.
Steel.
I considered Wormadam Steel. I considered that.
And the part that I didn't know,
Orthworm,
sure.
I wanted Orthworm.
I genuinely didn't know this. Did you know that a Lowland Sandslash is Ice Steel?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I
didn't fucking know that shit.
Yeah, Ice Steel.
Yeah, how funny is that?
What, you just thought it was Ice type?
I just thought it was ice.
No,
and I was always like, why'd they do that?
Yeah.
But now that I know the steel,
No, I like a Lowland Sandslash.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna pick him, but I like him like a neighbor.
Good God. Do we have time for Pokedoku, or are we calling it?
We're at 47 minutes.
You want to call it? You want to do Pokedoku? What do you want to do?
I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
I had a fun thing that
So we're not doing Pokedoku.
We won't do Pokedoku because we don't have a more recent one. But I mean, maybe we could do it next time, or maybe we just record ourselves doing that on our own. We'll do it on stream. Yeah, exactly. Do it on stream. We were talking about this backstage. If you have like pet peeves when it comes to seeing, something that you see in a movie, in writing,
you have more than I do.
I have more. But one that one of the guys brought up, which I thought was really funny, was when a guy is having a scene.
Yeah.
And you're watching him, and he's like,
go on.
You're like talking to him. That's like say, like ask me like, hey Ephraim, how's your day been? How's everything been going?
Hey Ephraim, how's your day going? All right?
I don't know. And when he brought that up, I was like, "You're right. I see that all the time." I feel.
You remember the one with Riz Ahmed, the night of?
Yeah.
The night of?
Yeah.
It always made me laugh every fucking time because it would just be some dark scene where something bad would happen to him, and they'd be like, "Yeah, what about you?" And you just see him go. and then the best form of it.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna be able to do this. I'm not gonna be able to do it. But fucking. Because I've almost finished Better Call Saul, and Gus Fring. For those who haven't watched, Gus Fring is the main character. He's sort of like the main evil villain.
Yeah,
and he's very two-faced. He's very when he's on and he's not the evil villain. He'll be like, "Yes, of course. Yes, is everything up to your satisfaction? Yes, of course. Oh, thank you so much. You have a great day." And then the person will walk away, and then he'll just slowly. he'll just slowly. He'll
I
be
have
like,
always,
like,
I have always wanted to do that. I have.
his face will just slowly fade. And just be like,
That's one of my favorite things as an actor. I've always wanted to do that, where you go like.
but he does it so extra. He totally sinks into like.
I know, and he.
He just totally becomes like, it's almost like Dr.
Yeah.
Evil. It's like, oh my god, it makes me crack.
And his like the folds in his mouth go like all the way off his face. So he's like mad Squidward.
Oh my god. It cracks me the fuck up.
The one that I said was when, and I feel like you see this all the time in films, and you know what it is when I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
But it's this, where it's like, listen, I'm done. I'm getting out of here. They have a big fight. They have a big fight. He says, I'm out of here. I'm finished with you. And you say, no, wait. And I stop. Because it's like, when have you ever, if you're going to leave, just go. Just go. Nobody ever leaves during a conversation like that and then just decides to stop.
Similarly, this isn't a pet peeve as much as I'm like, oh, come on. There's no way that used to be a thing. Because like everything is forgiven in like old movies. Like like whatever is now commonplace. Everybody's like, it's an old movie. Who gives a shit? Like I could fucking do whatever could happen. They just, you forgive it because it was made in 1947.
Yeah.
When like a guy would like force a kiss upon a lady and she'd be like, no. Like she's like, I'm not okay. And then she'll just suddenly, and then she falls in love like that.
It's like you're breaking in a horse. It's terrible. No, you're right. But I feel like back then that was just what happened.
That's just how you did it.
You just had a little magic to you.
Oh my god.
No, it's terrible. No, I do like that. I do like how you could just kind of get away with anything in an old movie.
No,
like
my
that,
god.
Right? You know.
No, I
or
mean,
like how everybody talked like, well, see, Al.
Oh, see, come on, what are you doing, sweetheart?
And Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, what was Jimmy Stewart doing? What was he doing?
Because you see clips of them, like I like when they have like compilations of like older actors like swearing and breaking and having the bloopers from like old stuff.
Okay.
And you'll see like Betty Davis in like an old movie where she'll be like, no, it just simply can't be. Oh, fuck. So it's like, you're like, well, wait a minute, you're putting it on. Like, you know that no one talks like that. Guys, I'm sorry. Let's just do it again.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
I don't know.
Nah, man. I feel like I have a lot more. I'm just not prepared. I don't know.
No, I've sprung this on
I don't
you.
know.
Spring is sprung.
No, I mean, and there's so many things that like I think are unforgivable that I think are just awesome.
Yeah.
Like again, with the Better Call Saul stuff, I've told you this. Mike Ehrmantraut is one of my favorite characters ever.
Yeah.
One of the fucking most ridiculous, ridiculously written characters in the history of television.
Yeah.
Because they make that man a kung fu master. Like the best sniper on planet Earth.
Yeah.
He's 70 something and like you see him like walking and limping along and then like a group of 25-year-old men will try and jump him and he just quickly and calmly dismantles them and then just sort of goes, yeah, fellas, better luck next time. And that's it.
Yeah.
It's just like the sheer balls to write such a thing is preposterous.
Yeah.
But I buy every fucking word.
Well, he's so good.
He's unbelievable.
Is there one that you find in writing, you know, like a cliche that you don't like?
I don't like when writing is bad.
That's good. Me, I don't mind that.
No, I don't know. I don't like. No, I don't know. I don't have a good one off the top of my head.
Yeah,
it's a case by case thing.
Yeah. I remember when I watched. I think I might have been
What?
I think I might have been 14 or something when Tangled came out.
Okay.
And I watched Tangled. And if you remember, hey, not to spoil Tangled for anybody,
Right.
but at the
Spoilers
end of
abound.
it, at the end of it, I don't know, the Flynn character, the guy,
Flynn Rider.
Flynn Rider.
Yeah, that was a sexual awakening for many women.
A lot of people really went for that, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, that explains why we do so well.
You're the horse.
No, I'm the chameleon. Picasso or whatever, Pascal.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I forget what happened. He gets like shot up by arrows or something like that. Something happens where Flynn is all but dead.
Yeah, sure.
And she uses her, her hair magic or whatever to bring him back.
But
right? Of course. I'm 14. I'm an edgy teenager.
Right.
I remember watching that. And I said afterwards, I'm like, it would have been better if he died.
Oh my God.
I was like, it's
Good
just
Lord.
more believable.
Good
It's
God.
just more believable if he died.
Oh my God.
And now I'm like, look back and I'm like, no, it's ridiculous. Like that guy needed it. Of course that guy was gonna live. But I do feel like there should be more often, if you're gonna survive impossible odds at the end, it needs to feel like we reward the audience because something that they should have tracked is the reason why they lived,
Okay,
like,
interesting.
I remember in like the new Knives Out movie, like Glass Onion or something.
Sure.
There's a moment where somebody gets shot and they had like a Bible in their pocket.
Okay.
And I'm always kind of like I hate that kind of cliche.
Okay.
I think that's a good movie, but I'm always kind of like, there should be, come
consequence.
on. Yeah, like there should be a
Grow up.
consequence for that.
Yeah,
If you're going to if you're going to shoot and have them survive,
Right.
have it either be that the guy is a bad shot or like, it hit something else or whatever. I don't know. I was like, come on. The guy is that good that he
I don't know.
hit the Bible.
I haven't seen the movie, but I think that there's something to be like, if it's like a crazy improbable movie, I think it should just be tonally consistent.
Yeah.
So if that's like the craziest thing that happens in that movie, then like, yeah, that's stupid. But if a lot of crazy
There's a lot
shit
of
is
crazy
happening,
stuff that does happen in that movie, but I feel like they've tried to ground it in reality in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the craziness comes from the characters.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like that for me was like, oh, I don't know. I feel like I've seen this before.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is the best that I could come up with
Yeah,
like
what you
something
got?
that is because what you said was like things that you wish happened in a movie.
Yeah.
And do you recall the movie Coraline? Have you
Think about it once a week.
Whenever
My Roman Empire.
However many years ago you watched Coraline.
Uh-huh.
You know how it's two worlds, right?
Yeah.
It's the good world and the bad world.
Yeah.
And in the bad world,
Yeah.
the cat can talk,
Yeah.
right? He's like a British cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember watching that movie, and at the end, because they're back in the real
They're
world.
back in the real
everybody's-
world, and the cats.
And like the final scene of the movie is him like on like a little sign, just looking into the movie. And all I wanted was for him to be like, "Such is the tale of Coraline." That's all I wanted was for him to just talk, because then he walks behind a sign and disappears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to say one more sentence. Whatever it was. Tip your bartenders, children. Whatever it is.
Funny if like. In the Coraline, in the bad world, he has the British accent. He can talk.
Yeah.
And we think in the real world he can't talk.
Yeah.
But maybe in the real world he can. But he has a much sillier voice.
He talks like this. Coraline.
and we've had an entire movie of him not talking in the real world.
Yeah.
And it ends and he was like, "What the fuck was that?
What the hell was that? Oh, she really shouldn't have gone through that tunnel, huh?
Wow! I hope you learned something from that, kids. That was crazy."
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Wrap it up, eh?
Yeah. We're an hour in.
Hey, if you made it this far in the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're listening on any of the audio apps, please leave a 5-star review. If you don't leave a 5-star review, leave a 4-star review. You don't leave a 4-star review, there must be a better use of their time.
Leave a 6-star review.
Yeah, see if you can do a 6-star review. How about this? You do a 5-star review, you make another account, then a 1-star review. That'll really show them, eh?
Yeah.
You say, hey man, you got to turn the notification bell on, and what you do is you leave a comment. I reply to every single comment without excuse, and that's how you get a dialogue going. That's how we receive your constructive criticism. But if you want to say, hey man,
it
fuck
also
all that,
doubles all the amount of comments on our video.
It really does. Hey man, fuck all that. We just want to give you money. What do?
They go to Teespring.
That's right. For now,
Teespring is sprung. Yes, no, exactly. For now, we've got some very exciting new designs. I mean, Neil has really worked his tail off, hasn't he?
Neil has really impressed me.
No, Neil is really, something of a. He's over there in Santa's workshop. And he's concocting all sorts of fun things for you.
He really, truly is.
Yeah, so if you're interested in that, go ahead. So if you'd like to support us, go over there. But for now, Teespring is where you're going to go.
Yeah, for now. For the time being.
Also, in the comments, if you have bought something, let us know. Maybe you could tag us on Instagram or something. We'll do something with you.
Yeah, what? What'd you say? I wasn't paying attention.
Well, if you buy our stuff. And you tag us on Instagram.
We'll share whatever
we'll showcase
for sure.
Because
sure.
It'll be fun.
It would be fun.
Start a dialogue.
Yeah, really.
Should we? Is there anybody that we need to fought?
Oh my God, I forgot. Hey, if you want to be foughted,
go ahead and.
Hold on. We got to read. Well, first of all, this is how we do it. We got to read the comment of the day.
Oh, what's our comment of the day?
Comment of the day, of course.
What's our comment of the day?
This is from Everything in My Brain.
Oh.
He says, "What's that taste?"
What's that taste?
What's that taste? I don't know. Everything is that. Did you taste something? Did you taste something? What does it taste like? Does it taste? It's a little acidic. Ew. What's going on?
Gross.
But it's still something. I guess it's something in the air.
Something in the air.
It's something in the air that you're tasting.
It's something in the air that you're tasting. That's right.
What?
Everything in my brain.
No.
You've been.
No.
You gotta do it with me.
God, oh, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if this was like the intro. Where
No.
I can't do it. Okay. You've been fighting.
There you go. Everything in my brain. You were chosen random. If you want it next week, you have to comment something. He commented, "What's that taste?" You have to comment something that suggests that there might be a fart in the air near you, and then you will have your chance to be randomly farted. You stinky
it's
boy.
true. Good job on everybody. What's that taste? What's that?
That's good. Who can be most creative?
You can say, "Ooh, baby, what's that sound?" Everybody's been looking around.
Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way, reminder, I am going live tonight as you're watching this on Wednesday, the 20th of February at 7:30 p.m. playing Palworld and having fun in games. Who knows? Maybe there will be a nip slip.
What? I bet you guys would like that, you sickos.
You sick puppies. You sick puppies. Yeah, man. That was it. It was a good time last week, so it'll be a good time this week. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? You got anything else to say?
No, I don't got nothing else to say, I'm afraid.
All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.
See ya.
The news.
That's not the news.
Al Roker was a weatherman.
Well, not on Good Morning America. He was part of the table.
He was a weatherman before.
He was a weatherman before Good Morning America, but I grew up with him in Good Morning America.
Oh, stop acting like Al Roker is an integral part of your fucking upbringing. Shut the hell up.
I loved when I was like 15 years old. I'd wake up every morning to watch Good Morning America. See Kathy Lee and Hoda Kotb. See, I wanted to see them drink wine at 8 o'clock in the